Hello, 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 hello. So welcome to another episode of Taisha Thoughts. And today we're going to talk about being triggered. I actually wasn't even going to do a video about this, but I feel like that it was important to share my story, and hopefully it will help someone else to either not go as far, or if they did go as far as I did, to maybe kind of sit back and reevaluate the situation and to understand that in the end it just costs too much. Okay, so let's get into this. So last Friday, I had someone who, mind you, okay, this person I do have history with. I've always been cool with this individual, no love lost, but ain't nothing there to gain. But, I never really had an issue with them. I've forgiven them for things, and I can be cordial with people. But honestly, after Friday with this individual, there's really no turning back. Like, I'm working on forgiving that person. But I'm still gonna say it again, as me being a Christian, I don't feel like that forgiveness requires reconnection, because I don't feel like that everyone deserves to be tethered to you. And some people are in your life for a reason or a season. And that particular person, I understand that they gave me both. And I definitely took from that after last Friday. So it is what it is. So I just want to kind of give you a little bit of history about that part. Okay, so basically this individual said something that was very cruel and unsensitive. Is it unsensitive? Y'all know what I mean. So they basically said something pretty much that was way out of line, very disrespectful, very tasteless. Typical. We live in a society where people are so desensitized, and that people are just very cruel just to say whatever that they want to say to someone and think that stuff is acceptable or it's okay. And lately I've been like, clap, 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 I'm a Christian. Clap, 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 I'm reading my storybook. Clap, 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 I'm praying for everybody. And I'm doing really good. Then Friday comes. And Tyrone came out. When I tell you Tyrone came out. And he was on big business. And he's ready to chop that person down. Okay? Like, it got very ugly very fast. And it has been, let me tell you something. I always talk in my videos about growing and glowing, because I really believe in that. I have learned a lot in my life, especially these last 2 years of my life. I have been broken down to rebuild up, but in a better version of myself. And I say that all the time. But honey, I'm not gonna lie. When Tyrone came out, I honestly feel like everything I worked so hard for, I felt like it went out the window in that moment, because I didn't care. And I shed a lot of light about positivity and working on, growing up. But what happens when you mess up? So it got out of hand so bad that I ended up in a hospital. Not because nobody beat me up. Let's be very clear. You see this face. Okay? Ain't nobody beat me up. But I could not regulate to get my body back out of that rush and that adrenaline mode that I ended up going into stage 2 hypertension with my blood pressure. And that was a scary situation, because, you can, when your blood pressure be too high like that, you can have a heart attack, stroke, the whole shebang. And, I spent a good amount of time in the hospital. They wanted to make sure I didn't have a heart attack, all that. So it was pretty a scary situation. And it taught me this. God will sit you down before he lays you down. That was a sit down moment for me, for sure. And there are other people who are like me too. Some people In this day and age, people don't know how to fight fair. They come straight for the jugular. They don't even, back in the day when you used to argue with someone, it was warm up. They could be like, oh, you ugly, you this, you that. Then they start going this, mid-level. Then, then after arguing after a while, then they hit you in the jugular, say something that's off the wall, say something that they know could really hurt you. But nowadays, these jokers, they go straight for the jugular because people be wanting to hurt you. And so, and anybody, one thing you know about me, I don't care if you talk about how I look. I don't care if you talk about how I sound. I don't care if you talk about my hair. I don't care what you have to say about me, because I've been through enough to love me for who that I am and accept me for the flaws and all. Sometimes I don't like me. I think we all get to a place that we be like, dang, like, what's wrong with you? Like, kind of thing to your own self. But it took me a long time for me to love and accept myself. So anything that someone has to say about me, I really don't care, because like I said, you don't do nothing for me. Pay a bill of mine, you could talk a little bit. But if you ain't doing nothing for me, I really could care less about what somebody says about me. But this is the thing, is that I am naturally a lover, not a fighter. I don't like getting into it with people. It is exhausting. As you get older, it takes too much of your energy and your time. But I fight hard for people that I love, and that's what gets me in trouble. But I can't lie and say that I wish that my choice of words and my actions would have been better. But the message that I gave to that person was loud and clear. Don't ever come for me or mine unless I send for you. Period. And the thing about it is, yeah, I got my point across. Yeah, I did what I felt like I needed to do. But it cost me too much, because now I'm in the hospital with, level 2 hypertension. And these people thinking I'm having a heart attack because my blood pressure is too damn high. I'm already on blood pressure medicine anyway, as is. And no, that's not because of no weight or none of that stuff, or no statistics about me being an African-American female. That's because I had another health issue that I had found out last year after having some tests done, and they had discovered something. But I'll get into that later, another time. But now I feel like I may have triggered that even more, because I had to be Big Tyrone, and Big Tyrone, I could not regulate myself. I could not get my body back down. And that's the thing, is that what do you really do in situations to where people are coming straight for your jugular because they want to hurt you? And that's the thing, is I can sit here and say that I learned my lesson. I pray to God I'm never in that kind of situation to where I have to go all out like that. But at the same time, no, it definitely was a learning lesson for me to know that as hard as it may be, and I'm saying this to anybody, sometimes for certain people that they may talk about your mother, your father, kids, your siblings, things like that. Some things people know how to get to nowadays, and they know some subjects can be very touchy. And it's just like, what do you do if you're in a situation where like someone is just, they coming for your jugular, like they're really they want you to hurt. They want to hurt you. And they're looking forward to getting that reaction from you. It's like, what do you do? I know this may sound punk, sis, whatever that you want to call it, but you gotta learn how to gracefully bow down, and to know that that person is the one who's disgusting. That person is the one who's classless. You don't have to stoop to their level. And I know it's hard because I just gave in myself. So it's like, who the hell am I to sit here and be telling the next person not to do it? But you never know if you might put yourself in a situation to where it could affect your health like it did with me. Or you can get into it with someone who don't care about, hell, I don't care if I go down as long as I bring that person down with them. Don't want to see you on the news that you done lost your life because you had to get even with someone who hurt you. And I understand that it's easier said than done because, like I said, I was in the same position to where I folded. I did. And I am not proud of myself at all. And I felt so shameful after everything was said and done. And after me getting out of the hospital and everything, I was just like, this was not worth it. They were not worth it. And what's crazy, that might sound crazy to y'all, but I'm praying for me to learn how to truly forgive them and to accept apology that I know I'm not going to get. And just to keep going forward with my life. I want y'all to use me as a lesson, you know, that these things are not worth it. You know, I'm all bruised, like, you know, like all, you know, this is just from the IV and stuff that I had to get and all the different kind of tests they had to run on me and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me 6 days to finally have somewhat of an elevated blood pressure, and it still is going up and down. That's why I didn't know if I would even have the strength to even to do this video. But I felt like really led to do it because I just want people to understand that it is always another option. You don't have to feed into no one's stupidity or their ignorance. God sees all, he know all. And like with me, he will sit you down before he lay you down. I'm only 32. I got a daughter to take care of. I got people who are dependent on me. I'm not gonna let not no fool get the best of me anymore like that. Because I proclaim that I have a long life ahead of me. I don't want to sit here and, you know, pass away young the way that my mom did from health issues because I had to be the one who had the last laugh and the last say so. Sometimes it just don't be worth it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, I'm not going to sit here, you know, and sugarcoat and, you know, I ain't going to cap. I'm not going to sit here and say that who's to say if a situation like that happens again, if I can handle taking the high road. I pray that I do. I pray that I can be a walking example of like, hey, people like to bait you. And like I said in a previous episode, there are people out here that walk with God and people out here walk with the devil. And I feel like once the devil knows that he got that sweet spot, I feel like somebody's gonna try to poke it again. And I'm praying that I can be strong enough to where I can be like, you not worth it. You're not worth it. Like I said, we live in a day and age where people really are sick and they're disgusting and they really love to hit below the belt. But you don't have to go low because someone else goes low. I did, and I'm telling you to your face, it is never worth it. It isn't. Because when it's all said and done, yeah, you might get your lick back. And yeah, I'm like, well, what if they talking about my mama, my daddy, or, you know, someone I loved and care about that passed away? I'm telling you now, you may win that battle right then and right there, but that don't mean that you won the war. People don't fight fair anymore. They don't. People want to see you hurt, but there's some people who don't give a damn because they be hurt themselves. They be capping, they be doing the most. People don't mess with them as is. So anyone else that they can drag down to make them feel like how they do, they do. And some people, unfortunately, have that thing right here in their hand. And they can be like, I can use this to hurt her or to hurt him. And I fell for that. I did. And it cost me. And it still is. Now I'm spending money out of pocket now for health bills and stuff like that I shouldn't even put myself in that position to do so. But I felt like I needed Tyrone to show up and show out, and he did. But Taisha paid the price. And that's why I'm saying that it's not worth it. So I pray that this, you know, I know somebody probably be like, this girl just mumbling, bumbling, jumbling. I'm going to do me. And if I feel like someone is trying to come for me, I'm always going to come for them. Great. If that's how you want it to be, that's your life. But just know once that you open that door, are you for sure that you're going to be able to close it? Just saying. I do these videos because I really want people to learn from experiences I went through. And I also do these videos because I wish I had someone that I could relate to when I was going through the trials and tribulations that I went through. And it's not easy. Yes, I have people who love and care about me, but sometimes even the best of people who have the best intentions for you just don't get it because it ain't them. So I'm just hoping that with this video, that yes, it is easy to get triggered and baited in by people, but you don't have to take the bait. You don't. You can rise above it because, like I said, God will lay you down. I mean, he'll sit you down. He will sit you down before he lay you down. That was a sit down moment for me because I can honestly say that if I ever get that irate again, I think it will kill me. I really believe it would. And baby, I got a lot of testimony still in me because I've been through a lot of tests in my life. And after everything I've been through, for the last things for people to remember me is I had to cuss a bit, or I had to put my hands on the bed. I don't want to be like that no more. But I'm human though too, and I make mistakes too, no matter how prayed up I stay, no matter how much, I do my daily devotions, read my Stoic book, pray for everybody, just do the best I can to be a decent human being. I still fumble, and clearly I did last Friday, and it cost me too much. So I'm just letting people know it really, honestly, truly isn't worth it. So this is another episode of Taisha Thoughts. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all just let me know how you like it. And if you don't, I'm always going to say I'm still going to do me. But I appreciate y'all. And just listen, the enemy is out there. He out there to steal, kill, and destroy. So you stay prayed up. Make sure this mind is right and this is right. And just don't let these no good, low down, dirty, trifling, stinking heifers. See what I mean? But for real, I'm serious. They stink. Just don't let them get the best of you. Just ain't worth it. Love y'all.